Hello, my lovelies. So, I thought I'd come on here real quick and just make a quick video since the last time I made a video, things have changed in my life so drastically. So, here I am in my jammy jams, no makeup, and night hair, don't care, sort of just, updating you on what's going on. My last video, I was on vacation. Everything was going good, as well as could be expected. We were having a good time. Of course, not everything was open, but the pool was open. It was beautiful. You reserved for an hour and you got the pool to yourself. The hotel was only running at half capacity, but that was okay because they served dinner at this hotel, and if you were above 21 or above, and you had current legal ID, you could have 3 free drinks a night. Of course, they didn't have everything available because I had a certain drink that I would drink, but the drinks were great. Delicious wine, delicious food. Of course, things were different. You couldn't walk in and serve yourself. There were servers. They were friendly. They were knowledgeable. They were courteous. They were professional. And they were social distancing. So, of course, between you and them, there was like the plexiglass. And they would come to the end. And there was a little slot where they would slide out the containers. You had a choice, as long as the eating area wasn't too full, you could eat in the area, but if it did become too full, which it never did, they would ask you politely, could you please take your food to your room? We would eat dinner down in the restaurant, but honestly, it was a little full in the breakfast time, so we would get our breakfast and take it back to the room. And you could come back for seconds, you could come back for thirds, it didn't matter. As long as you were within the hours, you could come back for anything. And I know my kids took full advantage of that because their food is actually really delicious. And we did reserve the pool. We had a wonderful time. I know at one point I reserved the pool just for myself. Of course, you have to ask, show courteousness and ask, is the pool available? Can I have it for that hour? And every time I asked, they were like, yeah, it's open. You're great. The hot tub was not open, which I understand why. The gym was open. Unfortunately, this time I did not get to go to the gym as I had planned, but that's just how things go. Now, during my stay, and I know maybe a few of you have seen this, my grandmother passed away. First, it was a friend of the family. She was a neighbor. We've known her for very many years. She was still living next to my parents, a sweet elderly woman. She passed away first. Honestly, I can't wrap my mind around her death. She had fallen and broken her hip. She went to the hospital. They over-medicated her and collapsed the lung, and she died from complications due to medications. I don't know. But she was up in age, and I don't know, she was like a second grandmother to me. You just have no clue. I knew that woman since I was 12 years old, and she had a little dog back then, little white mixed breed poodle, and her name was Baby, and she was every much of that. Between her and her husband, she was their baby because they didn't have any children. And when her husband passed on, we were there. When she first fell and broke her hip, we were there. And when Baby passed away, we were there. It's just, we were there through a lot of her life. and a lot of my life and a lot of my sister's life. And now she's no longer there. And just the knowledge that she's not next door to my parents anymore. I don't know. So that happened. So I was trying to deal with that. And then realization that somebody that I thought of as a second grandmother was gone. And then not even 6 hours later, my grandmother passed away. And that just changed everything. I lost 2 significant people in my life right there within 6 hours of each other. I've been posting about it. It's really hard to deal with. The funeral's tomorrow. I still just can't wrap my mind around it. How these 2 beautiful ladies are no longer with us. I don't know. The struggle is just, no, it's unreal. And of course, that's acting up my anxiety and depression. So, yeah, that's been rough. And we are getting ready to take our youngest to be tested for autism July 2nd. Also dealing with stuff not opening for summer. The kids are getting bored. I can understand. I mean, they're just kids. My oldest is 13. And he understands better. But my 10-year-old is just heartbroken. And we're kind of stressed too. Because there were certain things that we were looking forward to. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm not saying, oh, well, they're not opening. How dare they? No, it's nothing like that. I completely understand. My kids don't. But, well, my 2 youngest. But, of course, my oldest, he does. Is he bummed about it? Well, of course. But he does understand. So that does make things easier. And that's about the only thing that makes anything easier with everything that's going on right now. So, what can I say? It's just been struggle. It seems like this whole damned year. I can't really think of much good that 2020 has brought to anyone. I really, truly can't. One thing, my youngest, is starting school this year. And I'm so excited for him. He's going to love it. He's 3, but he gets the early intervention and ABA therapy. And so he's qualifying for school, sort of like a pre-education program. So I am so happy for him. And I'm trying to take joy in the small things, like getting a new concealer and goofy little things like that. I don't know. It's so difficult right now because I suffer from complex PTSD, and that comes with severe anxiety, severe depression. It's very late here right now, and I'm still awake, and I've got so much to do. And I'm not trying to get on here to ask for pity or to make you feel sad for me or any of that bull. It's just to get it out there because that's what this channel was supposed to be about anyway. Making a connection with people and saying when, I'm happy or when I'm sad or when I'm mad, or just having an outlet to express myself. And to top it all off, sorry about the bad lighting, I'm getting me a drink of water. It's that time of the month. That's why my skin looks rough. That oil has issues. I have an oily skin, combination skin, and when it's that time. You ladies know what I'm talking about. My skin gets, and, excuse me, my voice, hold on a second, I gotta get some water. Not only that, oh, that's much better. Not only that, but it affects my mood. And, anybody who's, normal functioning anyway, it's going to affect your mood. But when you throw in a mental illness, it just really exasperates the issues that you already have. So if you suffer from depression and anxiety, it just elevates it. It brings it, it just turns it up. So I have family members who are coming that I haven't seen in years, and you would think I'd be excited. I'll be honest, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm struggling so hard just to even make it to the funeral. I've backed out a couple of times, and then I'll get mad at myself and tell myself I'm being childish and tell myself to get over myself and that I need to go. And then I will be okay for a while, and then it'll make full round again, and I'm right back where I started with the anxiety and the depression, and then I'll back out again. And it's just a vicious cycle. It just keeps coming back around. About the time I think I'm good and I'm writing the happy feelings and I'm okay, it's just like, here comes the struggle bus, and it makes this round and it does this shit, and here I am again. And I'm sorry if this offends a few people. I really am. I'm not trying to be offensive, but this is just how it is when, shit hits the fan. And it's not pretty, and it's not fun, and it's not something I want my children to see. They're in bed. I try to keep a happy face. If I have a moment, I try to excuse myself and, either say I have to run to the restroom quick, or, oh, I forgot to fold some laundry, or I'm going to go check the weather real quick. Whatever I have to do to just excuse myself from the situation so they don't have to see this constant up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, and nervousness and anxiety and questioning myself and berating myself, and then trying to pep myself up. And then only to just come around and berate myself again. It's just not what I want my daughter to see, especially because, or my son, the youngest doesn't understand what's going on, but they do. So, and it would affect them and impact them more because, I'm their rock. They think I can do anything. They think I can tackle all. They think me and my husband are just Superman and Superwoman here, that we can take the weight of the world on our shoulders and not have issues. And I know some of y'all are going to come at me with, well, that's not a healthy way to see your parents. You know what? You're not in our shoes, so you have no right to judge. So if you could just be kind enough to keep it to yourself, just keep it right here in your headspace, because we're dealing with enough as it is. I don't need any more negativity. I got enough right here for all of us, so don't worry about that. But we don't want them to see unhealthy habits either. And I've told them before, I'm human. We don't present ourselves as perfect to our children because, A, that's not a healthy way to see your parents. And B, that's not a healthy goal to set for yourself. So we don't want our children thinking that, oh, well, my parents never struggle, so therefore, if I struggle, then I'm less than perfect. Because none of us are perfect. So yeah, we do talk to them about, that we struggle and we have feelings too. But we try not to let them see the worst of our behaviors. And I'm usually the one who has the worst problems, because generally my husband, he's laid back and he's just kind of chill, and he's my calm place. If I didn't have him, I probably would not be where I am, and I know I would not have this beautiful home, that this roof over my head, and I would not be doing as well as I am, not physically, not mentally, not anything. He is my safe place, and he knows that. He knows he is. He's my calm, but at the same time, I'm his chaos. So I don't know. I feel like he's getting the short end of the stick most of the time, because while he's my calm, like I said, I'm his chaos. So, which I know some people say a little chaos in your life is, sometimes a good thing, but I never wanted to be that. I never wanted to be there. I never wanted to be that person. I never wanted to be somebody's disturbance. I really didn't get a choice. People took it upon themselves to decide that they were going to make bad choices in my life. And I know they knew they were bad choices. And they took a totally healthy, developing, normal, bright girl and just ruined it. I don't know what to say other than that. I mean, I struggle a lot. And I try to keep a brave face. I don't know right now, because it's one of those situations where nobody could put on a brave face. And I go through periods where I am okay, or at least I feel okay. And then I guess it's grief. I'll admit, yeah, it's probably grief. But it just seems, I don't know, it just seems never ending. So, I don't know. The struggle bus is real right now. This is one of those low times in mental health where you don't see it often because it doesn't happen, or I don't have the courage to get the camera and do this. But I thought, if I don't ever do this, I'm never going to get past that fear. And what's the point of doing this for my mental health if all I show is the, hey guys, how are you doing? Oh, we're going to eat this, we're going to do that, we're going to talk about this. Everything's going to be all on the bright side. That's not what this channel was made for. It was made for the ups and the downs. And this is the downs. So I do want to say thank you for those of you who have put in words of support. You have no clue how much it means to me. Y'all are truly the VIPs right here, the MVPs, the whatever. It means a lot to me to hear words of encouragement. I know I've been acting a little out of character lately with some of the things I've been saying. It's not geared towards any of you. You know this. It's me. It's all me. I know it's coming from a place of distress and irritation and grief. And while it's not acceptable behavior sometimes, it's my way of just unleashing, and, which I don't think I've really said anything bad towards anybody lately. But if I have, or if I've said something that's misconstrued, I apologize. I don't mean it to seem hateful or rude. Um, it's just coming from a place of grief right now. And I'm sure a lot of you are going through this too. If you've lost anyone to COVID-19, my heart goes out to you. It really does. Because I can't imagine, you don't have to comment below or anything. That's a personal thing. That's kind of my choice to get on here and talk about what's going on in my life and what I'm grieving over, but I don't expect you to feel like you have to share. That's a personal journey. But if you do, I will respond, and it's not going to be anything criticizing. It's going to be hopefully something uplifting, and just my heart goes out to you. If you don't, and you're out there and you know who you are, and you've lost somebody, and it doesn't have to be just COVID-19, it could be anything, anything recently, and you're still grieving it. I just want you to know, my heart goes out to you right now. You have my love and support, and I know that I have your love and support. And I just wanted to get on here and kind of explain why I've been posting some things I've been posting, what's going on, why things seem to have changed between while I was at vacation and I made that post. I had planned to make much more content, but literally an hour after that happened, my grandmother passed away. So while I still posted pictures and I tried to keep everything lighthearted, everything was falling apart. But I hope that this explains some stuff, and I hope that y'all are all doing well and staying safe. That virus is still out there, and I want you to stay safe and take care of yourself, because I want y'all to stick around and be here and be able to watch my videos and live a happy life and be with your families and work your jobs and just live your best life, because that's all I really want for everybody, is just to live your best life. And I love you all, really. And again, thank you for all your kind words. And if this video brings nothing else, I hope it brings a sense of awareness that we're all in this together, and that I love y'all all very much. And I'm going to go and try to get some rest now. So stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye.